Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Sunday, February 14th, 2016, around 5:55 in the morning, Billerica, Massachusetts. It's happy Valentine's Day, so give your Valentine gifts. This is the most popular day for wedding proposals. It's also Single Awareness Day. Some news to report. Zach LaVine repeated as Slam Dunk Championship at the All-Star Saturday in Toronto. And also Klay Thomas won the three-point shooting contest. And the University of Lowell, Massachusetts Riverhawks beat Boston University by a score of 6-3, and the Minnesota Wild fired head coach Mike Yeo. They're in the midst of an 8-game losing streak and out of the playoffs if the playoffs started today. And that's about it on the news. My first video blog subject of the day is the top 10 of the greatest 100 professional wrestling matches of all time. This is the last of this series of big video blogs I'm doing of X amount of big important stuff that could be 100 to 50, 60, 70. This was a major undertaking, and I'm at the top 10. And here they are. Number 10 on this list of the greatest professional wrestling matches of all time. Sting facing off against Nature Boy Ric Flair at the last Monday Nitro on March 26, 2001. This was the last match ever for WCW and the last match of the Monday Night Wars. And this was, a great match. It's significant because WCW was bought by the WWE. Ric Flair had to wear a t-shirt because he was kind of out of shape. Sting beat Ric Flair, and then both of them hugged. And that was it for the Monday Night Wars. Number 9 on this list of the greatest professional wrestling matches of all time. The Rock facing off against Stone Cold Steve Austin for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 17. This is when Stone Cold turned heel and joined Vince McMahon. It was an awesome match. Yeah, Stone Cold used 3 stunners on The Rock to pin him 1, 2, 3, and they were booing Stone Cold like crazy in his home state. Number 8 on this list of the greatest professional wrestling matches of all time. The Rock facing off against Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18. It was Icon versus Icon. And even though Hogan was the heel in this match, he got cheered big time. And he was part of the NWO. The Rock beat Hogan with the Rock Bottom after Hogan gave the leg drop to the Rock, and the Rock kicked out, and the crowd popped big time when the Rock and Hogan shook hands. Very, very great match. Number 7 on this list of greatest professional wrestling matches of all time. Bret the Hitman Hart facing off against the British Bulldog for the WWE Intercontinental title at SummerSlam 92 in Wembley Stadium. Over 80,000 people were there. And the British Bulldog beat Bret Hart to win the Intercontinental Championship. The Bulldog was actually not in the best shape. He was out for about a month because of a staph infection, and Bret kind of had to carry this match. And British Bulldog was not a long-term Intercontinental Champion. He was a transition champion to Shawn Michaels. If SummerSlam 92 was held in Washington, D.C., which was originally planned, that Bret was going to drop the IC Championship to Shawn Michaels, but it was moved to Wembley Stadium because of poor ticket sales, and this was perfect to get a big pop for the audience, and it worked pretty good. The British Bulldog and Bret the Hitman Hart shook hands after the match. Number 6 on this list of the greatest professional wrestling matches of all time. The 1992 Royal Rumble matchup where Nature Boy Ric Flair drew number 3 and beat 29 other WWE superstars to win his first WWE Championship and his 8th world title. This Royal Rumble 1992 was stacked with big names, with The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, Randy Macho Man Savage, Rowdy Piper, Sergeant Slaughter, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Jake the Snake Roberts, Texas Tornado Kerry Von Erich, Greg the Hammer Valentine, the Model Rick Martel, the Big Boss Man, Ted DiBiase, British Bulldog, and so many others. So many future world champions and WWE Hall of Famers was in this match, and Ric Flair went over 60 minutes to win the WWE title. Probably the best Royal Rumble of all time match. Number 5 on this list of the greatest professional wrestling matches of all time. The Undertaker facing off against Mankind in the Hell in a Cell in 1998 King of the Ring. Mick Foley took crazy bombs. A lot of people thought he was dead. Jim Ross's announcing sold it like that. Oh, would somebody stop their match? Enough's enough. And Jerry the King Lawler says after another bump by Mankind through the cage, oh, he's dead. Yeah, Undertaker won this match. Number 4 on this list of the greatest professional wrestling matches of all time. Mankind facing off against The Rock for the WWE Championship on Raw in January 1999. Raw was pre-taped, and Tony Schiavone on Nitro, which was live, says don't change the channel. I hear that Mick Foley's going to win the world title. He wrestled here in WCW as Cactus Jack. That's going to put a lot of butts in the seats. More and more people, after heard that quote, turned into Raw to watch the pre-tape match, and interference by Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Mankind beat The Rock for the 1, 2, 3. He was being cheered like crazy. DX hold Mankind up on the shoulders, and he said in the post-match speech, "Yo, Adrian, I did it," as like in Rocky. But Mick Foley's wife's not named Adrian. It's named Colette. Number 3 on this list of greatest professional wrestling matches of all time. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Macho Man Randy Savage for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. This was over a 20-minute match. It was a very awesome match, back and forth. This was to culminate a feud that Macho Man and Steamboat had that started in the fall, where Randy Savage used the top turn, the ring bell, to hit Steamboat's throat and to crush his larynx. It was just a wrestling angle to build up to this match, and you know, the corniness is like Steamboat taking speech therapy classes. Just those were like corny skits, and back and forth action. Randy Savage was going to do it again with the ring bell, but George the Animal Steel threw him off, and when Savage would try to go after George Steele, Steamboat rolled him up in a small package for the 1, 2, 3. Steamboat became Intercontinental Champion. Number 2 on this list of the greatest professional wrestling matches of all time. Shawn Michaels facing off against Razor Ramon in a ladder match at WrestleMania 10 for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. This was very awesome. Lots of pie spots, lots of bumps, like lots of few times Shawn tried to get both of the title belts, but Razor cut him off. In the end, Shawn Michaels got caught in the ropes, and Razor grabs both Intercontinental titles to retain the Intercontinental Championship. Probably the best WrestleMania match ever, in my humble opinion, and probably one of the best matches in the 1990s. And number 1 on this list of the greatest professional wrestling matches of all time. Nature Boy Ric Flair facing off against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in a 2 out of 3 fall match at the Clash of Champions 5 in the Superdome in 1989. This probably was very best. And Flair took the first fall, then Steamboat took the second fall with double chicken wing, which was a pretty awesome move, and the third fall Steamboat won. Barely. It took almost 60 minutes, but he won. and only 5,000 fans at the Superdome saw this card, which was very, very low, considering that Flair and Steamboat always put on classic matches. Probably, maybe a lot of people did not like the WCW product at this time, and special commentating was Terry Funk in color. He did a great job in selling it with his color commentating. So Flair and Steamboat's match at Clash of the Champions 5 is the best professional wrestling match of all time. That's about it on that. And my next big project for a video blog, which will be multiple video blogs, will be the top 67 players in the NHL since expansion started in 1967, and that will be probably in a few weeks. Other video blogs today will be one about the NBA Developmental League, and the third and final video blog of the night will be about the late great former Major League catcher Elston Howard. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Bella guy. Molly Rosenblatt of WCCO Locks and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hart so stunning, and she's got nice legs as well. Amy Swensley's the best. Michelle Beadle Locks. And in the words of Vince McMahon, WWE owner, you got no chance in hell. Don't forget Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google Plus. Questions, comments, shout outs, plugs, video blog suggestions, send it to me and it will be considered.